Let me know.
Colossians 2 and 16. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink, or in respect of an holy day, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come.
And what is that talking about? Read that again, please.
Colossians 2 and 16. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink, or in respect of an holy day, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come.
That's talking about your different high holy days. Paul was speaking to the people of Colossia, up there where Asia Minor, up there by Greece, up there in that area. You had Corinth, you had Ephesus, which is in Turkey, I believe. And they were Israelites that didn't know that they were Israelites, and they were coming back to the fact that they were Israelites. And it had nothing to do with the Northern Kingdom. Well, that was the Northern Kingdom. No, because you had the Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, that when they were going up against the Greeks, a lot of them were sold into slavery to the Egyptians, and they were scattered throughout different areas around that area during the time of the Greeks, when the Greeks was in power. So what happened was, you go into the book of Maccabees, and it was Antiochus Epiphanes that said you can't circumcise your children. They got to eat pork. You can't pray to the Lord. You can't give your child the Lord's name. You got to do away with all of that, and then you got to follow the way of the Greeks, the Greekish fashion. That's what they did. So when they had children, they didn't circumcise their children or teach them the laws of the Most High. And when their children had children, what happened? They were just lost Israelites, just like we were before we came into this truth. You thought you was an African American, a black man, a colored person. You know, you might have followed Islam. You might have went to the Roman Catholic Church. You might have went to the Baptist Church. You doing whatever your parents taught you until you come into the knowledge of the truth. So what are we? It starts with a G. What are we? We all Gentiles, man. Give me 1 Corinthians 12 and 1. Gotcha. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 12 and 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. You know that you were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led.
So that was the Apostle Paul talking to the church up there in Corinth, which were Israelites that didn't know that they were Israelites. And what happened was, they woke up to the fact that they're the Israelites, and they received the blessings of the kingdom of heaven, the promise of Abraham. Go from there to Galatians 3 and start at 10. The whole chapter is good, but start at 10.
Galatians 3 and 10. It says, for as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse. For it is written.
Right, because the Pharisees and the scribes, they were under they call themselves being under the works of the law. So it was read again.
For as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse.
Under the curse. So if you broke a certain law, then you are guilty of all. That's in James, the 2nd chapter. Yep. All right, go ahead.
For it is written, cursed is everyone that continueth not in all the things which are written in the book of the law to do them.
Meaning what? When you commit to keeping the law, you got to keep the law perfect. If you go off on one law, you're guilty of all laws. So you're under that condemnation. Go ahead.
But that no man is justified by the law. And
that no man is justified by the law. So you got Nate talking about keep the law, which he don't even keep the law. He's nothing but like a wicked scribe or Pharisee, man. Go ahead.
In the sight of the Most High, it is evident, for the just shall live by faith.
And who are the just? The Israelites. The faithful Israelites. Go ahead.
It says, and the law is not of faith, but the man that doeth them shall live in them.
Go ahead.
Yahushua hath redeemed us from the curse of the law.
Did he redeem us from the laws? No. We got to still keep the laws. He redeemed us from the curse of the laws. Go ahead.
Being made a curse for us.
He became a curse for us. Go ahead.
For it is written, cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree.
Go ahead.
That the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles through Yahushua.
See, right there, somebody reads that. See, there goes the Gentiles. That means we can be a part of it. That's why that clown, Dr. James White, you know, how many saw that movie, The Magnificent Seven?
Yes.
You didn't see it? Oh, okay. You saw the bad guy at the end? That's Dr. James White in the reincarnation. Every time I kept seeing it, I said, damn Dr. James White right there. And he died good. Like a cracker supposed to die. Go ahead.
That the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles through Yahushua.
So now, here's these Gentiles, these so-called Christians, getting themselves in there, but though you gotta understand what it means by that word Gentile right there. It's talking about Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites, that woke up to the fact that they're Israelites.
That's it.
So anytime you come across the word Gentiles in the New Testament, it's for the most part talking about who? The Israelites that didn't know that they were Israelites, like Timothy's father. Go ahead.
That we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith.
The promise is what? The promise of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob only came to Israel. Now how the hell how did the other nations be a part of that? They were never a part of it, man. Go ahead.
Brethren, I speak after the manner of men, though it be but a man's covenant, yet if it be confirmed, no man disannulleth or addeth thereto. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made.
What seed is it talking about? Because Abraham had more than one seed. The first seed was Ishmael, second seed was Isaac, then he had 6 more seeds from Keturah. So did them blessings go all on them seeds? No. The blessings only went on the seed of Isaac, and then from Isaac had 2 sons, Jacob and Esau, which Esau is the so-called white man today. The blessing went from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob, not Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. Esau does not receive that blessing. All right, go ahead.
He saith not, and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Yahushua.
Yeah, because Yahushua, when he came on the scene, who did he come for? He came for the children of Israel.
That's right.
And he tells you that. He came for the children of Israel. He didn't come for the whole world, man.
Online etymology says Gentile. I'm going to read what it says here for the Latin. It says the Latin adjective also meant of or belonging to the same nation. Hence, as a noun, Gentiles plural might mean men of family, persons belonging to the same family, fellow countrymen, kinsmen, but also foreigners, barbarians, as opposed to Romans.
So those are Israelites. Those are Israelites. That's how you get to understand. All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
1 Corinthians 12, 1 and 2. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. You know that you were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led.
What was you reading at it?
1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, the 1st and 2nd verse. Now
yeah, we read that. That was one of the first, but that's spirit. Go ahead.
Okay. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. You know that you were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
So he was talking to Israelites that didn't know that they were Israelites. Plain and simple.
Said you know you were Gentiles.
That's it.
Meaning foreign, basically meaning foreign to the Heavenly Father. You know, foreign to the Heavenly Father. No?
Galatians 3:17, and this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before of the Most High in Yahushua, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect.
Now what was the promise? When you go to the promise, matter of fact, let's go to the promise. What is that, Genesis 12?
Genesis 12 and 1. Genesis chapter 12 verse 1. Now Yahweh had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great. And thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
Now the all families of the earth being blessed is not talking about all the nations. It's talking about all the righteous seed that came out of Abraham. It's not talking about Ishmael. It's not talking about Esau. It's not talking about Keturah's sons. It's talking about anybody that came from the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's where it stopped. Go ahead.
All right, back in Galatians 3 and 7.
No. Let's go back to 12.
Okay, so
let's go when he had the vision. Put him in a deep sleep.
You want to go to that? All right. All right. So
close to the end. He said the Lord put him in a deep sleep. And told him of the truth. You shall be a stranger in the land that is not yours.
Yeah, I got a quick research.
Go ahead. Okay, 15 and 12 maybe?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and read it. Hold up.
Genesis 15 and 12. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. And lo,
remember his name was Abram. Why was his name Abram? And what does the word Abram mean? Anybody know what it means? Abram? Exactly, that's what it means. Now Abraham means what? Well, let's say in the Hebrew. Abram is Abba Ram. Ram means to be exalted. And I believe that's the ram is on the top of the mountain because he's exalted. So that's where the word came from. Ram means to be. That animal is called Ram. Adam probably named that's Ram.
Yeah,
Ram, because he's exalted. Yeah. All right. So exalted father. Abba Ram, exalted father. Father exalted. Abraham. Ibrahim. Abraham means father of a clown. It means father of a multitude, father of many. Because what? He was going to have many seeds, but he said the families, those families that are going to be blessed are us, not no damn Edomites. Go ahead.
It says, and when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, and horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs.
He had many seeds. So which seed was in a land where there was strange land? He had many seeds. Was Ishmael in that land? No. Was the six sons that came out of Keturah in that land? No. Was it Esau in that land? Esau was enslaved under the Egyptians. It was Israelites, man. Read that again.
And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve.
And that land is Egypt. You got these clowns talking about Israel never existed. I'm talking about the consciousness clown. That Israel never existed. And the Most High going to destroy all of them, man. He's going to destroy all of them. That's pushing that Hamitic bullshit. They're not going to make it. They're not going to wake up. They're not going to humble down. They're appointed to that destruction, man. Go ahead.
And shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years.
Right. So among the so-called land of Egypt, which is the land of Mizraim, all right, they said they're going to be afflicted. They're going to be put into slavery, man. And there was a so-called black nation enslaving another so-called black nation, and they were delivered. And we in modern Egypt today, all right, we in Egypt, we in spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom in Egypt today. All right, go ahead.
It says, and afterward shall they come out. I'm sorry, let me read that again. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out.
Did not the Most High judge? Did not the Most High judge the Egyptians? Now give me that in the Apocrypha about the judgment, the apparitions.
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon 17.
Yeah, because when the Most High plagued the Egyptians, Pharaoh got scared. Pharaoh said, look, I'm going to let them go. All right? Give me Israel as my first.